JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 12th of April 2021. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Monday's afternoon session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. There we go, guys. So, yep, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, now, so then, before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yeah, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top, guys. So now then, jumping into the charts, looking at the German index DAX here, and well, to be honest, not much is happening here. Yes, it did push today. Let me just zoom in here. It pushed above this barrier, the one that I talked about, the 15,248 zone. Yep, currently it's still kind of slightly fractionally above it. Now, again, we'll see how today's trading is going to go further. But at the moment, yes, there is a chance for this one to drift higher. However, I would still prefer to see the daily candle staying above the 15,248 territory right here, just to be a little bit more on the safe side, because as you can see, yes, we had a pop higher, but the price kind of drifted back down here, and kind of the bears are in a way also not giving up here, if we can put it this way. So that's why I'm gonna take a bit of a careful approach here, and we'll wait for this daily candle to stay above, to see if it stays above the 15,248 zone. If it does, then yep, we could maybe consider a bit of a move higher here. But if it doesn't, then well, I mean, I'm back kind of to being a bit on the neutral side here in the very, very short run, because again, we have pushed quite drastically already to the upside, so maybe we could be due for a bit of a corrective move here lower. However, in order to consider that idea, I would still prefer to wait for a drop below the 15,144 territory right here. Now jumping into Dow Jones Industrial Average. So the index here, of course, you can see that it pushed strongly to the upside on Friday, managed to, of course, create a new all-time high, hitting the area around the 33,800 territory, just maybe fractionally above it. But if we take a look at the cash index, we'll see right now that the price is back below it, and we're currently trading in near the 33,743 territory. I'm still kind of, let's say, considering maybe a bit of a corrective move here at some point. However, it's a little bit difficult here, of course. Now, in terms of the corrective move, well, I would probably the safer bet here could come on a drop below the 33,618 territory right here. This way, yes, we could then move towards this upside support line taken from the low of the 4th of March. And then yes, we could maybe then take it from there, of course, because if this upside line does provide support, yep, we could see a nice rebound and a push back to the upside. However, at the moment, I would say like this, that if we see today another strong move higher and push above the Friday's high, which is also the current all-time high, and that level is around the 33,811 territory. If we get a push above that, then yes, higher levels could be met, guys. And of course, this places the index into uncharted territory, which means that yep, more buyers could join in here and potentially drive this one higher. However, guys, again, like I said, let's be a little bit more careful right now, because we did have already quite a decent up move, and I do understand that a lot of you are waiting for maybe for a bit of a retracement here at some point, but as you can see, you might as well probably thought that we will have a nice retracement here as well. When we did get that retracement, it drifted lower, tested the 21-day EMA, but then look at this, it had another push higher, and well, another all-time high. So that's why let's be careful with those shorts. And yeah, for now, guys, I mean, we haven't really gotten any strong indication for a reversal, at least a short-term one. Quick update on DXY. So drifted back down. So this 21-day EMA did provide resistance. This is what I talked about this morning. And yep, the index is now testing once again this 92 territory. So as I mentioned before, we need to see the daily candle staying below this area, below this hurdle, and then yes, we could consider a further move south. So we're keeping an eye on it today very closely. If we do get that daily candle staying below the 92 territory, then we'll aim for the 100-day EMA or even lower. Gold, very quickly on gold, kind of moving away to the upside here from the 21-day EMA, as it found its support near there, near that area, near that line. However, it's still kind of not really climbing back above this 1745 territory, the one that I mentioned this morning. If you remember, I said this morning that for me, I could start already looking at some higher levels in the near term if we get a push back above the 1745 territory. But we're not really getting that, so for now, we're stuck in a bit of limbo. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is also stuck. It's stuck near this 60,190 territory. Keeps on shooting through it, but by the end of the day, it kind of just comes back below this. And so let's see if we get the same scenario again. If we get the daily candle kind of staying below the 60,190 zone. Well, I mean, at the moment, of course, we're leaning still towards the upside. The all-time high is currently around the 61,700 territory here. Yep, in order for us to consider a further move towards that all-time high, we need that daily candle to remain above the 60,190 zone, because, well, for now, we're not really getting that. We don't really get that daily candle staying above it. We keep getting only overshoots. With the downside, it's also a little bit tricky, because we cannot really get comfortable with, let's say, examining lower areas until we are still trading above this upside support line taken from the low here, taken from the low of the 27th of January. So yep, for now, guys, long story short, we're also stuck, although yes, we're leaning still towards the upside, but we're kind of very careful here, because we're near the all-time highs. And can we overcome that? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. For now, yes, the trend is still to the upside. However, it will be interesting to see if the daily candle today stays above the 60,190 zone. Now, Ripple. Okay, so Ripple is ripping to the upside. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at this spectacular movement here during the weekend. And wow, I mean, it pushed above this 1.1177 territory. I spoke about this last week, and this is what I said, that if we get a push above this barrier, then yes, then higher levels could be met. And well, look at this. I mean, we've managed to reach an area near the almost hit the 1.50 territory. It just fell shy, but from a few points from kind of hitting that. And yep, now we're kind of stalling here a little bit. Again, maybe we could see this as a potential maybe bullish flag formation here. However, don't get me wrong, maybe a bit of a corrective move first could be possible. So that's why I'm keeping an eye on this, and I'm keeping an eye on the situation here. And yep, if we do see a push above the let's say the current highest point of April near the 1.4965, then yes, higher levels could be met. But at the moment, don't get me wrong, I mean, a bit of a maybe corrective move here lower could be possible. AUDUSD, so quick update. So the pair is still stuck here, still not. I'm just gonna basically update you on this because I've picked up on this pair. I've picked up on this pair this morning, and yep. In a way, for now, I'm still monitoring this hurdle here, the 0.7557. I need to see a break below that in order to go for some lower areas, but at the moment I'm not really getting that break, so that's why I'm gonna take a bit of a cautious approach here. And yep, I'm gonna stay careful, and because we are, on one hand, we are still within this falling channel, and in a way, yes, the trend is still to the downside, the short-term trend is still to the downside. However, we're kind of trading near the upper bound of that formation of that falling channel, so that's why I would like to be very careful here, because if suddenly we have a break of this upper bound of the channel and we climb above the 0.7664 territory, somewhere around here, this would also place the rate above the 21-day EMA, and more buyers could join in. AUDCHF, very quickly, also on a quick update, we're still hanging above this upside line. This morning I talked about this pair, and yep, still it looks very interesting, it looks very attractive, because again, if this upside line holds, yes, a nice rebound here could be possible, and more buyers could join in, especially if the pair travels above the 0.7144 territory right here. But if this upside line gets broken, now this is where the excitement for the bears could come in, especially if the rate also falls below the 0.6981 territory right here. USDJPY, so after a failed attempt to kind of stay above the 109.85 level, this is the level I talked about last week, and I said that if we climb back above it and we stay above it, then yes, we could go for the upside again. But at the moment, as you can see, today we're having a nice reversal here back down, and yep, a drop below this 109.23 zone could be possible here. I mean, if we do see the daily candle staying below this area, then, well, I mean, we'll continue targeting the downside. Overall, I mean, if you remember last week I talked about this pair, and I said that in a way, if we get a move all the way here towards this highlighted territory, and then we see, for example, a nice rebound, a strong rebound, maybe, just maybe, this pair could be forming a possible head and shoulders pattern here. But again, that's too early to talk about that, but just kind of keeping that in mind. Let's see if this is going to work out or not. And now GBPCHF, we're seeing a nice good break here of this upside line. So yep, if you manage to capture this drop here, so wonderful. Now we're seeing a bit of a corrective move here higher. In a way, we could see a larger correction here, maybe even towards this 1.2789 zone. If that holds, and if that provides good resistance, yep, another slide here could be possible. So that's the reason I have this arrow like this. I'm keeping an eye on it, and of course I'm keeping an eye on the last week's low near the 1.2631 zone. And yep, if that gets cleared, well, I mean, further declines could be possible, but at the moment I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards an idea of seeing maybe a bit of a corrective here, move a little bit higher, and then I'll take it from there. For the upside, to get comfortable with higher levels for me, maybe I would like to see a push back above the 1.2917 zone right here. And finally, EURUSD. So reversing back to the upside, and yep, it's pushing nicely higher here. So in a way, I would say at this point, everything's kind of working out, because what I've mentioned to you recently, guys, that if the 21-day EMA does provide good support, continues to provide good support, yes, a push higher could be possible. If you're a little bit cautious and careful. What you could keep an eye on here is the high of last week near the 1.1927. So if we do get a push above that, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high. Next target is the 100-day EMA here, or even this 1.1990 together with the psychological 120 territory. But again, it would need to still overcome a few levels here. But at the moment, guys, I mean, we are leaning a little bit more towards the upside, but looking at this this activity, I would maybe prefer to wait for a push above the 1.1927 just to be a little bit more on the safe side, and then yes, go for higher levels. So guys, that's it for this session. This was a very quick one, just to see how everything's getting along. Of course, the more detailed review is in the morning in with my traders espresso. 6 o'clock GMT time. So yep, join me tomorrow morning at the same time. Yep, for both espresso and tea time. And then yeah, we'll take it from there, guys. But I hope you have a fantastic evening. Stay safe, guys, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.